Hello ladies and bugs, how y'all doing? I want to show y'all something kind of interesting here. Alright, let me show y'all what we're doing here this evening. Cooking, I guess you will have figured out. I'm going to have some ranch style beans, going to have some asparagus. I've got some brandy Parmesan because they sell no bourbon, or they sell no brandy before it's time. Onion powder, garlic powder, black pepper, salt, heavy whipping cream, butter, chicken. What I'm going to do is I'm going to take these chicken breasts, lay them out between a couple of pieces of wax paper, and I'm going to flatten them out. I don't have a mallet, so this is going to be my mallet, or I'll use a rolling pin, but we'll get it figured out. Now, I haven't cooked this in probably, I don't know, 30, 35 years, maybe. And so I may be a little rusty, but we're going to get it done. And my sister actually, probably was the last time I cooked this. I cooked it for my sister. And she said, hey, you should make a video cooking that chicken thing that you used to make. So here we go. Almost dropped the phone on you. Let me set y'all down here. And I've got plenty of this paper stacked up because if I remember correctly, it tends to rip and tear a little bit. But it's better to rip and tear the paper than your chicken, right? So we're just going to start like this. And we're just going to flat. We don't want to get it too flat. About 1/4 of an inch thick is what we're looking for. And these little thin ends down here, they'll thin out to nothing really quick. Oh, yeah, look here. This is why a mallet works better. But like I said, I don't have a mallet. See, it's already tearing right there. That's all right. We're going to keep going. We're just going to make an adjustment with the paper. And we're going to keep going at it. All right? Now, I am going to put you guys on pause for a few minutes while I smash the crud out of this chicken and teach it never to try to cross the road again. And we'll come back and we'll see where we're at. Okay, I'm back. The little glass just wasn't cutting the mustard, so I switched over to the rolling pin. You can see I flattened that one out pretty good. It's a little over a 1/4 inch thick, but take that rolling pin, beat that chicken like you had good sense. Take it easy on the thin part. You don't want to get it, you don't want to smash it out to nothing. If you got anybody in the house with you and they're trying to watch TV or do something that requires thinking, or any kind of thing like that, they're going to be like, stop! But don't stop, keep going. They're going to love you for it later. I'm only doing 2 pieces because it's just me eating it, so why would I do a whole bunch other than to have it for lunch tomorrow? But you see how much work this is? I don't want to do that much work this evening, and so just doing 2 pieces. And besides that, the recipe for this thing came from a cookbook my mom gave me years ago called Cooking for Two or Just for You. Yeah, I know. Okay, come here. See how that turned out? And it's pretty big. See? It's bigger than my hand. We spread that thing out pretty good. Set y'all back down. I'm going to peel this off. Lay it over here on the plate. Alright, we got a little piece. See that little piece? That's going to be the test piece. While we're cooking it, that little piece is going to come out, and I'm going to eat that while I'm cooking. Now, I will post some instructions on this one, along with some measurements of the ingredients and whatnot. But for the moment, I'm going to get my cast iron heated up. I'm going to start the chicken, and I'm just going to lay this chicken in some butter in that cast iron skillet. I'm going to fry it for a few minutes on each side in the butter until it's nicely golden colored. And then, just before it's finished, I'm going to put about a tablespoon, not more than a tablespoon, of warmed up brandy in there. I'm going to pour that warm brandy into it, and we're going to light it off like a chef or like a firecracker. I have a fire extinguisher around the corner just in case I catch my head on fire, but I don't think I will. So we're going to put the brandy in just before we take that out of the skillet, and I'll show that to you guys here in a minute when we get things rolling. I'll be right back. Okay, we're back. Still got my cast iron heating up. I started my side dishes, the ranch style beans. I'm just going to leave it on real low, let them get started. I got the asparagus in there. Yeah, I know I call it asparagus, but that's kind of what it is. You either like them or you hate them. I hated them when I was little. I like them now that I'm big. Okay, what I did, I drained all of the factory liquid from the asparagus because I hate the factory liquid in any vegetable. I always drain it off completely. That's just me. You might like it. Leave it in there if you do. Then I add a tablespoon and a half of butter and about a quarter of a cup to a half a cup of water for the liquid. And I'm going to throw in some of these little onion bits. Just a dab. I know I said I was going to do measurements, but on this, there is no measurement. It's just a dab. You just put it in until it looks right to you. Whatever kind of onion flavor you want, put in that much onion. All right. Now, let's set you. I'm going to knock off a pretty healthy chunk, about 2 tablespoons of butter. Drop that over here in the cast iron. Let it get started melting down. It may take more. It's a pretty big skillet. I'm going to put that whole thing, about 2.5 tablespoons. Now, at this point, what I'm going to do, while I'm waiting for everything to warm up and heat up, I'm going to adjust this heat a little bit, a little too warm. I just want that stuff to heat gradually. I don't want to heat it up real fast. I'm going to go ahead and get this brandy ready to go. Now, oops. See there? Tablespoonful in the cup. We'll heat it up in the microwave in a few minutes, just for a few seconds. We don't want it real hot. We just want it warm. Got to be careful with this stuff because it will flash off and make a big old fire, big old flame if you're not careful. Okay, this butter is starting to look about right. Y'all want to look at it? Y'all want to see what I'm looking at there? All right. See there? It's looking pretty good. I'm going to turn that heat down a little bit. Get it down a little bit below medium. And I'll go ahead and lay this chicken in. Now, before I do all that, though, I'm going to go ahead and get the salt and the seasonings on it. To taste. There's not a measurement. How much salt do you want on it? How much pepper do you like? Now, on these, I'm going to say probably about 1/4 of a teaspoon each of the garlic powder and onion powder. And that's for the whole mess, not just for one piece, but for the whole mess of chicken, the whole thing. All right, we're going to flip it and do it again. Let me get this other light on. There we go. All right. Okay. All right. Rub that a little. Let me show you what we're seeing here. Some of you are like, don't touch your phone. You got chicken on your fingers. I can wash my phone. All right. See that? That's what it looks like. I'm going to take this one and lay it in the skillet. And I'm going to go ahead and season this one up. That garlic likes to jump out of there pretty hard. A little pepper, onion, salt. Give it a flip. Do it again. Careful with that garlic. Likes to fly out of there. Alright, there we go. Some of y'all are still thinking, what's he going to do with that heavy cream? I'll show you. Don't you worry. Don't you worry, my little child. I'll show you what we're going to do. Alright, let me wash my hands right quick. Oh, I'm going to have to wash my hands again. But I got to put those taste pieces in there. You got to always have a sample, right? Okay. Come on over here. See there? Those two pieces fit just about right. And right here's the sample piece, and I got a bonus sample piece right there. Give that a little stir, and it's coming along. So I'm going to pause you guys and do a little cleanup for the mess I already got started, and I'll be back here in a few minutes and we'll see what we're going to do when this chicken comes out. I'm back. Here we go. Let's have a look. See, that chicken's coming along pretty nicely. We're just about to turn it over. The beans. I added some bacon grease to the asparagus, and let's go ahead and flip these over, see what we're looking like. That looks about right. Could be a little bit more golden like it is right there, but I know it's done all the way through. Well, as soon as we get side number 2 cooked anyway. And for this one, I tore that one a little bit. Oops. Oh well, I bet it tastes the same. Okay, we'll let those go for until they're good and done. My test pieces are almost done too. So, I'll set y'all down over, and we're going to get this cream ready. I'm going to do 1 cup. No, it doesn't take that much. I'm trying to remember. The original, I think, called for about 1/4 cup. So we're going to go with about 1/4 cup. Don't need much. Got the brandy in the microwave, ready to turn it on in a minute. And we're going to do it for probably 7 seconds. We don't want it too warm. We'll be back. I'll show you when we're ready to blow up the skillet. And here we are. We're back. We've got a pan here that we're going to put this chicken into as soon as it's done. And we're going to start this brandy heating up. While that's happening, we'll do a quick inspection on this chicken. Yeah, it's looking about right. Looks pretty good to me. I think it's time. I think it's time for the brandy. Don't you? I think it's time. Been needing that all day. Okay. Brandy. I'm going to leave y'all over there because I may need both hands for this. Now we're just going to pour it all right in. Some on top of the chicken. Then we're going to touch it off. Isn't that cool? Give it a little shake. So it goes out. Isn't that fun? I love doing that. Alright. Now we're going to move quick. We're going to pull the chicken out. We're going to lay it in this pan. And even my little tasty bits, my little samples. Okay. I'll pick you guys up now. Well, first, putting this in the oven. I want to keep it warm until I'm ready for it again. Now, for the heavy cream. Come here. You see all those little bits, little tasty pieces, and the grease and the butter, and I'm going to pour that heavy cream right into it. I may add just a little bit more heavy cream. I think I will. Oh, I'm going to have to hurry. There we go. Brought it on up to about a half of a cup. About a half a cup of heavy cream. Now, we're just going to sit here and gently stir this. There's another little sample piece. We'll just leave it in there. We're making a little sauce. Not a gravy so much. Kind of a gravy, but just a little bit of sauce. We're going to let it sit in here. I think I've got everything stirred up into it now. Isn't that a nice color? I always like the color of this sauce. Now, we want to let it come up. We're going to let it start making, turn the heat up just a hair. We're going to let it start making, starting to bubble a little. We'll let it bubble up a hair more. A little more, a little more. Now we're going to mix it. We don't want it to start scorching. And we'll let it start bubbling up again. See, it's going faster this time. Some of y'all know this stuff. You've done this a million times. I haven't. We're going to let this whole bowl full of deliciousness get to simmering pretty good. And then we're going to let it sit for a minute and thicken up. We'll turn the heat down a little where it's not trying to boil anymore. And then we'll let it sit for a minute and thicken up, because we don't want it to just be, running like that. That's not good. It needs to be a little thicker than that. But we're not going to use anything in it like cornstarch or anything like that. No flour. Not using any of those kind of ingredients to thicken it. Just the natural tendency of the sweet cream, the heavy cream, to thicken up on its own. All right, I'm gonna set you guys down, and I'll come and get y'all in a minute when this is ready. Hey y'all, I'm back. We're almost ready here. Almost ready. Got this in the oven. It's gonna come out. I poured my sauce up into this little kind of mason jar thing here. Just because I like those kind of jars. No other reason. I just like it. Need a pot holder. Alright. Now this has been kept nicely warmed in the oven at the lowest temperature my oven will go to, 170 degrees. So there we have it. Tongs. Nice beautiful piece of chicken. We're going to plate this up here. Use a slotted spoon. Hold on, I know where it's at. Maybe I don't know where it's at. Maybe I won't use a slotted spoon. I'll just use a regular one. Okay. Get me some beans. Everybody likes beans. A little bit, not too much. Y'all love beans? I like them. All kinds of beans. I'm not going to use a spoon. No, that's a slotted spoon. I can use it. Nice little serving of asparagus, and throw the sauce on top of here. There we go. Let's have a look. Y'all want to see it? Yeah, look at that. Looks delicious, does it not? Nice and steamy, hot plate of deliciousness. Took about 45 minutes altogether, including time for the video. And look whose interest I caught. And also, you remember my sample bites that I had that I saved from the very beginning? Guess who got the samples? That's right. That's right. Those little boys right there got the samples, and they'll probably get another one too. All right, let's sit y'all down. Grab a fork and a little knife right quick, and we're gonna pull off a sample for Daddy. Daddy needs a sample. Looky there. Looks pretty good, huh? It's just like I remembered. Very good. Thank you, sister. Thanks, Lori. I appreciate you reminding me. And most delicious thing ever. I've got to let y'all go now because I need to go sit down and eat this. It's good seeing you. I love y'all. Y'all have a blessed week. Bye-bye.